Hello everybody, this is Goofsome Fox coming at you with a match here in the Gelgoog Jaeger. This is going to be a 500 cost basic match here, and we're going to be on the special match version of Port Base here. And yeah, I decided to only cover this map here for the special battles, as this was the one that I think was the most interesting out of the three we've gotten. Aside from Port Base, there was also one for the Tropical Desert map, and then there was also one for Ravine as well, which I believe Ravine is probably the newest map to get one of these special battle variants. But for the Tropical Desert, that map was previously in Special Battle. It was one of the first ones they did, and so was technically Port Base, but when they did Port Base, it was the High Tide version, and not the regular version of Port Base that they used here. And there is a really good reason that they used the regular version of Port Base, and that's just because of the setup that they have. Yeah, you're really never going to be near the middle section of the map at all. All of the battles, all the fighting, pretty much takes up this one side of the map that I am on right now. So really it turned Port Base, which I think is one of the biggest ground maps in GBO2, into really just one of the smallest, because they do have you in this really specific area. You still have that one base that's underneath the warehouse there, but now the other one is going to be near the ship that you could hop onto that is on the top right side of the map. If you're familiar with the ship, I think that ship is probably more synonymous with 1v1 melee custom rooms than actually being a feature of Port Base. Just because like a lot of fighting just never happens on this side of the map, so I can understand why the devs did want to try something like this to again really make it more of a closed-in map. And you can see there is the enemy base, and yeah, it is a really interesting map. It's also one that took me forever to get on. That's why it took me so long to get this video here. Every other time I tried to play this game mode, even when it was the random maps, I would always just get Ravine or Tropical Desert. This map has been just the hardest one for me to get, so yeah, really glad to get on here, as Port Base is one of my favorite ground maps in GBO2. Really just one of my favorite maps in general, if not my #1 favorite map. Also the map that really got me into the game, thanks to a Flailfoods video. So yeah, really I do have a lot of, you know, I have a big liking towards Port Base here. I also have a big liking towards the Gelgoog Jaeger as well, which I believe is a mobile suit that on this channel probably needs no introduction with the way that I've talked about it in the past. Yeah, one of my favorite supports. It's still one that I still like to use at most of its costs. I typically use it more at its native and a bit higher now. Really haven't played it at much higher costs in a while now. Really something I do want to get back to doing though, as this suit did get outmatched as my most played support. Now it's the GPO4, which is understandable because that was another support that for a while I was playing for a while. But yeah, that aside, Gelgoog Jaeger, really good suit, and same thing to say about the map here. Really good map. Here's a top down here. Yeah, pretty much everything is just going to be on this right side of the map. There are only 2 control points, A and B. So yeah, really you're only fighting on like 1/3 of this whole map. So yeah, very interesting concept here. And again, really cool to see that they use the original Port Base, because classic Port Base is just a map that does not appear in rotation anymore. Ever since we've gotten the High Tide variant, just the original Port Base is really rare to see. And even rarer to see is the Sunrise variant as well. That's another thing that I wouldn't mind seeing a return. But really just more alternate maps when it comes to weather in general. One of the things, even though I know Trenches is not one of my favorite maps, I do like that it does have the rain effect going with it. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I wish that's like something that more maps would do, again with just more like weather dynamics. And really just seeing maps that take place at different times as well, I think would be a really cool thing to see. Seeing some more sunrise maps, or seeing a night map as well, I think would be a really interesting concept to see. And I think there's a few maps that could work with the night concept if there's like maybe places you can put like street lamps. So maybe something like the abandoned city map. I think that could be a really good one for a night map. Aside from that, maybe port base as well, but since we already have a port base variant, I don't want to limit them all to just this map here. I would want to have some variety with what maps do end up getting the weather treatments, but I do think there are some options you can do with that. Right now, I am stuck to my own base here, really just trying to get over the wing here so I can regroup with my teammates. Though it does look like everybody is also going on that side, so ended up really just being for nothing. Just going to try to hop back over. And yeah, almost 4,000 damage to what looks like a Gym 3 powered. So yeah, Gelgoog Jaeger can still pack quite a punch with its main beam rifle. And just the rest of its weapons are really nice too. You have the beam saber, which is pretty standard beam saber, nothing too special to say about it there. But you also have the arm beam spot gun, which they did buff that in the past, and it is a buffed weapon that they changed like the functionality of it completely to be more like a rapid fire beam, or like a much quicker rapid fire beam than it was before. Really nice weapon. And then you have some head Vulcans as well, which you do have some really nice ammo capacity with those Vulcans. Probably at the time, I feel like this may have been one of the suits that did have one of the higher Vulcan capacities compared to other suits of its time. Now we have a lot more suits that really kind of change that, especially the suits that have Vulcan pods. They tend to have some pretty good ammo consumption, or really just some of the Zeta suits in general, because Morosai does also have some good Vulcan ammo capacity as well. But I think Gelgoog Jaeger may have been one of them that kind of early on had a higher Vulcan capacity than other suits. There's a Loto, which is going to have no problem sliding under our base and getting to me. And right now I am trying to see if I can melee them. Not really getting too far though. And did try to hit him with a tackle, but looks like they probably are going to be able to finish me off there. Nope, actually looks like it was either the Violent or the Loto that finished me, but Loto is another suit that I got recently, the level 2 variation. So that's another suit that I am working on getting a match with. Pretty good support. I do really like what I've seen from the Loto so far. We are nearing the last 10 seconds of the match here. Looks like our raid is going to be destroyed, and I don't know. Oh, well, I'm going to try to spawn in, because, I mean, I'm going to have enough iframes anyway. And just try to see if I could do one more tackle, and just get, a little extra bit of damage in against that Gaza there. And mission completed. Let's see how we did here with the Gelgoog Jaeger. And didn't get anywhere on the board, but we did beat our rival, and I'm going to send some praises around to my teammates there. And 4th place overall with 4 kills and 3 loss, not too shabby there. And yeah, that's going to do it for this match here on the special match variant of Port Base. Again, yeah, really interesting decision that they made with the map, and one that I think is just really neat as well. I've praised the special maps before just being cool because they do mix things up and really just help with playing some of these maps in ways that you wouldn't really think of before, or maybe just aren't really possible with the ways the maps are typically structured. So yeah, I always like it when they do these special maps. Gonna be interested to see what they do in the future, because again, we did get Ravine as part of this series, and that's been like our newest map. So I wouldn't be opposed to them bringing back maybe some older maps, or some other maps as well, because I know there's the Colony Drop Area map. That's another new one that I don't think has gotten the treatment yet. So that'd be one that I think would be interesting to see what they could possibly do with that. But yeah, right now I'm just rambling, so I'm going to shut up. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video here. So comment down below what you think about these special matches. It doesn't have to be limited to Port Base. It can be any of the new maps. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.